Today, I wanted to show you a comparison of the visuals created with three very popular AI image generation tools. DreamStudio, which is using Stable Diffusion, MidJourney, and a brand new challenger. I've just been invited to test this tool, Leonardo.ai. This is the third one here with the icon of Leonardo. We will start with MidJourney. MidJourney, which you can find at midjourney.com. This is where you will be able to explore the feed of the creations shared by the community. So those are the top ones, for instance. And if you go on one of those creations, you can see the prompt, which can be an inspiration for your own prompts. You can also download the image, and for some of them you can get the seed or at least the job ID if you need it, including for your own creations, and obviously related visuals which are similar to the one you have just picked, as you can see. And this is also where you will get your own feed. So if you go to home, you will see your grids with all the creations that you have recently generated, all your jobs, and you can also manage your subscription using midjourney.com. But all the fun takes place inside of Discord, as you may know, for Midjourney. So this is where you will generate your images simply by typing /imagine and then enter prompt, and then you start typing your prompt inside of Discord. You have ideally to create your own private Discord server and invite the MidJourney bot. I have another video where I explain how to create your own private server and invite the bot. I will show you a few examples of visuals created with MidJourney from a specific prompt, and then we will move to DreamStudio and to Leonardo to see the same visuals rendered by those two other tools. And in the end, I will give you the prices of those three services. So we will compare the prices between those services. But First, let's have a look at this rendering. So the prompt was radio presenters dressed in dark blue hoodies, a character sheet, at least 10 different characters, mix of male and female subjects in the style of Pixar. And if we have a closer look by opening this visual in the browser, you will see, especially for the fourth one here, that it's pretty well rendered. You could use them in production. And actually, what I did, I just took a screenshot of this guy here in the middle, and I went to remove dot background. So if you go to remove dot background and you upload the image that I've prepared somewhere, I think this one, yes, I can then remove the background and get a transparent PNG of this image. And you can do obviously the same in Canva because they acquired a company, remove background, and they integrated the tool in the premium suite of Canva. So this is the example from MidJourney, pretty well executed, rendered as you have seen. Let's go now to DreamStudio. So DreamStudio.ai, this is the flagship UI of Stable Diffusion by stability.ai. You can also use Stable Diffusion on Hugging Face. There are different spaces there to use it, or via the Replicate API. There are multiple places on the internet where you can use for free or for a small fee Stable Diffusion, but DreamStudio.ai is definitely the place where you will go to use it with a simple UI, and also the place where you will get your API key if you need the API key to use Stable Diffusion in Python, for instance, in a Python script. You will get your API key in the admin dashboard of DreamStudio.ai. So if we move to the UI itself, this is the UI. So you get a field to enter your prompt, and then you just click on Dream to generate your visuals. You can pick how many visuals you want. Here, 4 by default. You can also pick the size, the aspect ratio. It will influence the amount of credits that you will need. And you can also pick a different style. So it was digital art by default for those renderings, but you can also pick cinematic if you want, or if you want something in the style of a low poly, origami, whatever. You just pick a style here, which is a good starting point to give a specific vibe to your visuals. Let's have a look at some of the visuals created with the same prompt as the one we had in MidJourney, radio presenters dressed in dark blue hoodies. As you can see, we have some issues with the body parts, with the faces there. It's not really production ready, not ready to be shared. It's more like a good starting point for a brainstorming or a mood board, I would say. Same issue here, body part, glasses, issues, glasses here on this one. On this one, also weird body parts. And we have another example below. The last iteration was maybe better, but not as diverse in terms of characters as the one we had on MidJourney. And also, as you can see in the details, the body parts are not properly rendered for some of those characters, especially the eyes, the face. So if we move now to Leonardo for the same example, I have something here. Yes, this one. As you can see, and you can already feel the vibe, it's a bit darker, what's happening by default on Leonardo. If you pick the Leonardo Diffusion model, which is one of their flagship models, a fine-tuned version of Stable Diffusion, actually. If we have a look at this rendering of my prompt, you see some weirdos there at the bottom where you've got the shoes connected straight to the upper part of the body. That's weird. This guy is all right, the one standing, but clearly darker. And we just have one character on the sheet, basically. And we have the same for the other character sheets. It's just different angles on the same character. Clearly also with this dark mood. Here we have another model, Leonardo Select, but it wasn't really convincing. As you can see, the quality wasn't really there for this specific prompt and this specific rendering. Let's move back to Discord for another example, another starting point. So I've got different iterations of this DJ here. A white male DJ wearing also a dark blue hoodie. Those are some visuals that I created for a promo for a radio station. And as you can see, if you open them in the browser, it's pretty good in terms of body parts. We don't have as many problems as on Stable Diffusion in DreamStudio or in Leonardo. And also the context, setting, sunset, the light, everything is well balanced. So I kind of like it. Let's go to DreamStudio. This one is nice, I would say. Actually, it's safer on DreamStudio or on Leonardo if you don't see the face of the characters. Then it's nice. And this one actually is really cool. If we move to this guy, you see a little issue with the left hand, but besides that, it's okay. Obviously, technically an issue because it just has one turntable, one CD player. So you can't really mix multiple tracks, but that's fine. That's okay. And we have in the background London, so it's clearly on the River Thames here, this guy. This one, it's not clear that he is a DJ, but he doesn't have any issues in terms of face, body parts, so it's okay. And it's also on the River Thames. He's on a boat. And I really like this one. Also seen from the back, he's in Brussels, Grand Place at sunset. And you can use this one. I used that one in a promo on my Facebook page and on Instagram. So this one was, I would say, production ready. So it was DreamStudio. Let's go to Leonardo now, Leonardo.ai. So we have this example of a DJ also in Brussels. As you can see, he's more like a keyboard player than a DJ spinning tracks, but that's fine. The Gothic environment is the Grand Place of Brussels, but it's really a dark mood. As you can see, it's really heavy, I would say, in terms of mood. Not the same vibe as what we had on DreamStudio and even more on MidJourney, but it's fine. Here is on the beach. He's clearly not in the same mood as the guy on MidJourney. And you will notice the same kind of vibe for all of the visuals created with the Leonardo Diffusion model set by default. But I like this one, this rendering, and we will do it the other way around. Now we will go from Leonardo to MidJourney. So this one was based on the prompt architect rendering of a futuristic weight loss center situated on the ground floor of a terraced house on a busy high street. And if you could see the rest of the prompt, maybe by looking here, colors white and very dark pink, the shape of the windows, and that's the interesting part. Remember that for when we go to MidJourney. The shape of the windows must convey a sense of freedom and health. That's pretty good. You could share them in a presentation. It's a bit dark, I would say. The result is pretty convincing. Let's go now to DreamStudio with the same prompt right here. DreamStudio didn't understand the concept of a ground floor. We are here at the top floor of a building, high-rise in Manhattan, as you can see. So it's clearly different. Not on the ground floor of the high street. And it looks more like a mall entrance than really the type of building I was expecting. And that I got from Leonardo. And if we move to Discord, and if I search for this in Discord, you will see what I mean by a properly rendered visual. So this is really beautiful. This is the same prompt, exactly the same prompt, much lighter, much pleasing than the one we had on Leonardo, and the same kind of window shapes actually. So they shared the same interpretation of health and freedom for the shape of the windows. This one you could definitely use it as inspiration and as a visual to be shared in a presentation. Let's have a look at something else now. I had created something around toys, I think. Yes, I have two visuals to share with you around toys. This one, so a concept sheet of colorful, fluffy 3D music toys for kids. Let's have a closer look. So to have a closer look, you just click once and then open in browser, and then you can just move around. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's really nice. You could really imagine that those would be real toys just in a photo shoot. So it's pretty nice, really cool. Some parts missing sometimes, but clearly something you could use in a presentation also. Let's move to DreamStudio for the same prompt. So let's close this one. And this is what we got by default. I think with the digital art preset. So I don't know what the model wanted to do with this second one here. Not clear to me. This one is weird, to say the least. You can't really do much with it. This one also pretty weird. And the first one, we got some fluffy toy there and some music instruments, but not really the same kind of consistency and actionability, I would say, of the visual as what we had originally here on MidJourney. But you will see in the end, the price is not the same. To be fair, it's much more expensive to use MidJourney than to use DreamStudio or Leonardo. Leonardo being currently the cheapest. I had another example for toys. I think it was a circus tent, and it's pretty interesting because you will see the influence of the model vibe on Leonardo. So circus. Let's do circus. This one, yes. Jump. So we jump to the feed. Small circus tent for children in the shape of a traditional big top. Two children playing in the tent. And it's important to note light on the happy faces of the children playing in the tent set in a garden. So let's open it. Let's go in the browser. As you can see, it's beautiful, very well balanced, nice lighting, good vibe. As for the characters also, if you really went closer in the second one, you would see probably some issues with the body part. Yes, some of them, but it's not so much of an issue for a visual like this one. Here, there's no problem with those two kids. Pretty cute. Um, I don't have this one for DreamStudio, but we could try actually. We could try live, and then move to the last one, to Leonardo. Let's take the prompt and go to DreamStudio. So we'll do it live. I had not prepared this one, so hopefully it will work as expected. And we will pick cinematic because it's probably closer to what we had on MidJourney. So it will take a while, not too long, hopefully. As you can see, 4 images cost me 3.3. Wow, that's weird. That's not what I was expecting. It's more, yeah, it's more like a visual for kind of a mainstream supermarket, I would say. As you can see, it's always weird their body parts. I don't. Wow, this one is super distorted. Those ones are completely ruined. And the last one, it's not so cool. I mean, we are far away from what we had here. Far, far, far away. If we go to Leonardo with the same prompt, it's better than what we've just seen live on DreamStudio, but it's really dark because it's using Leonardo Diffusion, which is dark by default. And if we have a closer look, I mean, those ones are kind of enjoying themselves, but yes, their faces have some issues. The second ones, totally distorted. Those ones, they are crying, aligned with the mood of the image. And those ones are fighting. I mean, we are far away from the good vibe of the happy faces that we had here on MidJourney. So those are just a few examples comparing MidJourney, DreamStudio, and Leonardo. Leonardo is also quite nice if you want to use their editing features. So there's something called here AI Canvas. I won't make a demo now of that, but that's really nice. If you want to add some AI characters to a real image, or if you want to expand the context around an image. So it's pretty cool. This feature is pretty nice, worth checking. And also they offer you 150 credits a day in the free version, so you can really start playing with it. Those are the prices at the moment. So at time of recording, so I'm recording this in May 23, so it might change, obviously. DreamStudio is priced at $10 for 1,000 credits, which give you roughly 5,000 images. So that's roughly $0.002 per image, quite cheap. I took the premium subscription, the basic plan of MidJourney, which gave me 2,400 images, roughly 200 per month, for $96 per year. So that's a price of roughly 4 cents per image. So it's if I'm right, 20x more expensive than DreamStudio using Stable Diffusion. And I've just had a look at the price structure of Leonardo. So Leonardo is priced at $120 on an annual plan, which gives you a staggering amount of images, more than 100,000 images, which gives you an image for less than $0.001. So it's even twice cheaper than DreamStudio. And to be fair, if you remember the comparisons we've just made, it was usually better than what we had on DreamStudio. So their fine-tuned models give pretty decent results. It's not the outstanding quality you have on MidJourney yet, but it's pretty good. And if you can prompt the AI in a smart way, so if you don't just rely on the default settings of the models, the Stable Diffusion models or the fine-tuned models by Leonardo, you will achieve a pretty good result for a price which is 40x cheaper than MidJourney. So it's worth checking out Leonardo.ai. Obviously, the scene is moving all the time, so the prices will change, the features will change. Stability.ai has just launched their text to animation feature, which uses the Stable Diffusion API. So you can also create little animations with the Stable Diffusion now, and MidJourney has just launched a new iteration of their model, and they will probably open an API. Hopefully, they will open an API soon also. So the scene is really moving fast. You should follow the evolution on a weekly basis to pick the tool that you really like. At the moment, I'm using most of the time MidJourney because it's the best, the most production ready tool, in my opinion, at the moment. But I will clearly explore what Leonardo.ai has to offer in the near future. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you can hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. I will have plenty of other videos related to AI in the near future.